So, I think our stream should be able to hear us now, or me at least.
There.
Say something. Come on, guys.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, looking good. Hopefully, if anybody is monitoring the stream, let us know. Oh, Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. Good to see you again.
I was about to say, Mohammed was asking for the link a minute ago.
Yes, he found us.
Cool.
So I hope you can hear us all clearly. You can be our sound assistant loud and clear. Right.
Loud and clear.
We are ready to go then. Take it away, Paul.
Well, then, let's go. Welcome everyone to the third session of Swords and Serpentine. Corpse Astray. Our heroes have defeated a load of pirates, found out that corpses have gone missing, tracked those corpses to the noble house, which is basically a caricature of the caricature of an actual noble house in Alder Hall. The owner is a half noble. His mother was part of a noble family. The noble family basically disowned his mother for marrying this guy's father. Our heroes had a chat with him. Seemed to be a rather nice chap, even though he had some sort of supernatural demon inside him. The Inquisitor decided not to kill him yet, or actually did attack him, and he legged it. Or did he Yes. He tried to run away, and then the Inquisitor and everyone else ran inside because there was a big fight going on because Talia had basically sneaked in, got spotted by the ne'er-do-wells inside, and a fight basically broke out. I believe Niccolo went and had a chat to the look and basically got him to run away. And a fight broke out inside where a few of the ne'er-do-wells, thugs and gang members basically got took out. But Donastra, who is a not very nice person, has basically gotten into the fray.
Yes.
And that's where we left it, because there was a in the middle of Donastra, sadistic, conscienceless, efficient, stylish, and cautious are good descriptions of the moral vacuum that is Donastra. So we open up. Donastra is basically at the lip of the
Flesh thing.
The flesh tangle, the balcony. Basically, there is a number of people bashing on this closed door because people basically managed to knock it in, and I believe Inquisitor Hastus basically is behind the bad guy, behind the thugs.
I think that's right.
I think are you
Mute,
muted, Thomas?
Tom?
Sorry. Yes, I charged in behind them and smashed them against the door.
Yes. So there is a few. There's a few thugs still there. So I am just Have people taken the cards to
Not yet.
refill pools?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Right, so there's 4 there. Some has been taken because I'm sure there
Yeah,
was more there previously.
There
were
was,
more.
yeah.
There was. Okay, I was just checking, making sure I wasn't going mad.
Okay, I'm gonna take one I can think of.
Yeah. Just as I said, they're there to be taken whenever you want to refill your pools. It's the whole point of them.
So, Aaron, did you just take 3 cards?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why there's the 3 below you.
Right, yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
get rid of that, or is that something that is okay to be there? Do I need to?
you can keep those. It doesn't really make any difference, really. I can recall them from your hand, so I can get rid of them.
You can't use them to fill up healthy though, can you?
You can't use them to fill up a health. You can only use them to fill up your general
Yeah.
pools.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to fill up health, you can use
Skill.
where is it? There's a general
I've
bind
got
wounds.
bind wounds and plenty of leeches.
Bind wounds or leechcraft again is a possibility to boost your bind wounds if you have leechcraft.
Yeah, I might want to do that. So a bit.
You can spend basically to remember if you do it to yourself, it's 1 per 1. If you do it to other people, it's 2 for 1.
Can I just check whether anybody else is in the same room as me there?
Okay, so you have Talia is just across the way here.
Oh, that's
from
Talia.
You
okay.
are here. Inquisitor Hastus, I believe that is Inquisitor Hastus, is sort of in this room, and Niccolo is just on the other side of these double doors, having convinced Lugo to leg it.
Yeah.
Now, Donestra is basically here. I am just trying to find my
Tokens
of how many, because I think you've dispatched
I think I dispatched 3. I dispatched 3.
You dispatched 3, so it is that total. Okay. Yeah. So 6 of the bad guys have been dispatched. So you're in a room of about 10. 6. There'll be about. There'll be about 8 more. There'll be eight more in the room with you. Some are trying to battle down the doors. Some are basically going to be going for Inquisitor Hastus. The others are with Donastra. So that's 8. 6 is 14. There's 6 with Donastra.
How healthy is Talia right now?
I'm on 4. I'm on 3, sorry.
3
so
of?
Great.
3 health.
3 out of 10.
Okay, so I might, if I get the chance, I might try to heal you a bit.
Okay, well, who wants to go? It's a new round. I believe it was Talia that finished the combat. We finished the combat on Talia because you did say that you wanted to go first again, boy, because you went last, and you said I think you wanted to say I think that I'm remembering that right.
I didn't watch the recording.
The last thing I remember doing was promising a bunch of goons that an Inquisitor was coming to beat them up. And looking to the door expecting, hoping he would come in, and then he's not quite arrived yet. So
no.
I'm now in the mode of stalling.
You can hear screaming through the door, though.
Yeah, can hear screaming through the door.
Just been held up a bit, but he is coming. And the more he gets held up, the angrier he gets. Just so you know. So just the more screaming you hide behind there, the worse it's going to be in here, right? And then I'd like to play on. I'm hoping I can hear Niccolo on the other side.
Niccolo is on the other side of the door. Now, again, you ended the round, so you get to determine who goes first. This new round.
Also, what you're saying is, I could actually be telling the crowd that Nicolo's the hero, isn't he? He's the hero of an age of nobody remembers.
Yeah, he's been around for
so
ages.
I'm going to promise that not only is an angry Inquisitor coming, but that a legendary warrior is coming in through these doors as well. Hopefully saying it loud enough that Nicolo knows he has to make that entrance. So, tag Nicolo.
Okay.
I'm going to go through. If the doors are unlocked, I'm going to go through the doors.
They aren't, but you can either kick the doors open. So give me that'll be an athletics roll.
All right, I'm going to roll athletics.
I better move myself slightly to the side in case the door bursts open.
I can't see what I got.
2.
You've got quite high athletics, so you got a 2. So you're going to need to spend 4 points to basically kick the doors.
I can do that.
Kick the doors in.
Sure. Kick the doors in.
The doors fly open, and you can see Dunastra and a number of thugs, some which have legged it.
I've got my sword in hand, and I'm like, all right, who's responsible for this demon infestation?
I'm going to point at Dunastra very enthusiastically.
You!
Can't do it? Okay.
Do I still get to do anything, or shall I hand the initiative on to someone?
I'll let you do something else. Kicking a door in isn't exactly that much fun, so I'll let you do something else.
Okay. Right then, I'm going to tell Dinestra, it's time for you to answer for your crimes against Denari. Where's Inquisitor Hastus? And I'm going to make a sway attack on her.
Oh, okay.
It's time for you to put down your arms and give up and answer for your crimes.
Okay, so give me a
sway.
A sway roll. Yes, her threshold is 4.
I still can't. I don't know why I can't see.
You rolled a 1 on that. Now, if you can't see it in roll 20, make sure you've got the double sort of. There'll be
speech bubbles.
A chat.
It's scrolling up, but the bottom part, I can see my name.
All right. So
the actual result.
Can you scroll down then?
Scroll down with the scroll wheel.
I have. For whatever reason, I can't see it.
And watch the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it'll show up later.
You rolled a 1. You'd have to spend sway to affect her. She's got
how much?
Well, she's got a threshold of 4, so you need to spend a minimum of 3.
I will do that.
Okay. So that will do a D6 sort of like sway damage, unless you have anything that gives you.
I don't think I do.
More
actually. I have the sword.
Sway, yes, you do. You are authoritative.
Ah, there we go.
You have a +1 damage modifier on your sway.
Okay, I'm rolling.
+3. She doesn't look that impressed.
No. Well, then it's just swordplay.
So that has done some morale damage to her, though, but not very much. She's got a bit of grit, not much grit though.
But she's also in the room where the flesh tangle.
Right? Yes, the flesh sort of like beast is downstairs basically. Right. You can see that there's literally a banister around a what's it called?
A drop.
A landing.
A drop down, basically, balcony. To the lower floor. An opening.
Balcony is the word I was
thinking. An atrium.
A balcony looking down to a floor below, and you can see the mass of bodies and the smell basically hitting you. But only if you didn't. Only if you took the sway damage. If Antonio had talked to you.
It's coming from the canal behind me.
Yeah. Okay. So who do you want to go next?
I will pass. In that case, I will pass initiative on to. I think I'm going to pass initiative on to Maester Bennick.
Ooh, oh, thank you very much.
Master Bennick.
Maester, very Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right, well, I think my key job, what I want to do is I want to patch up Talia.
Okay. So how does that look?
I call the blessing of Denari upon her to face this evil abomination in front of us.
Okay, so that depending on how many points you spend.
2 to 1, is it?
I think it's 2 to 1, but let me just yeah.
And
say 2
you
to 1.
are, what did you say, 7 down?
7 down, yeah.
I'm going to spend 3 points. Get your 6
Okay.
up.
Thank you.
Do you need to still roll or not?
I don't think it's a roll. I think it's just literally a point spend.
And this is from...
And again, because it's a general pool, you can actually refresh yourself from the cards.
Yeah, I'll leave them there in case we need them for something else.
I was just saying.
So from Bind Wounds or from Leechcraft?
Leechcraft is an investigative ability. It will give you +3 on any appropriate roll. So effectively, you could use 1 point of Leechcraft to heal 6 wounds.
No, I'll go with Bind Wounds. I've got plenty of those.
Yeah, it's just a spend for bind wounds.
Yeah,
restores 2 health to someone else. It's 2 for 1 point or
So
1 for yourself. It's
you
1 for 1 for
should
yourself.
be restoring 6 units of blessing.
I will
Whatever that means.
appropriately buff because of that. I'll use that on the crowd in a minute.
Okay, and I might then actually pass it straight on to you.
Oh, fair enough. In that case, yeah, let's definitely use that. Let's make the most of the fact that I have just been hit by their great hero, anti-hero to them, and yet standing here with the strength of our heroism, that has caused no trouble to me whatsoever.
And
I'm now
Divine
going to
Blessing.
point out Angry Inquisitor, getting more angry. Legendary hero, superior man of, I'm not sure if you're science or religion. Religion is who's very calling the power of a god, and now me having taken no damage from your warrior at all. You're all doomed, and I'm going to try and sway as many of the minions as I can.
Okay. Right. So they have a hit threshold of 3. Every 3 you get higher than that, you hit another one, and if you hit them, they're gone. So depending on how high you roll on your sway or spend, you get rid of more. Okay, so that's currently 2. That's currently 2. Are you spending any sway to increase that?
Let's get rid of another 2 people.
Okay, so that'll cost you 6 points of sway, and that will get rid of 4 of the so that's another 4 cards go into the pool. 2, 3, 4.
Get as many swords out of this room as possible.
Where are we there? 1, 2,
Can I
3.
pull on those cards at any point?
Anybody can draw from those cards at any point.
Okay, I'm going to nick 4
You
cards
don't have to
first.
be in the same room. It's just they are there for the group to grab.
Indeed, and they are basically the refresh points that the mobs drop when they go.
Yes, which is one of the things I quite like. But cool. So they literally just increase your general pools, not increased, not in investigative pools. Cool. So who's going next? Talia.
Let's get rid of the. Are they mooks in the room separate to Donestra, or are they one unit?
They are one unit.
Right. Let's just.
So
get
it
them
means
out the
it'll
way.
be the mooks fighting. Because there's only 2 mooks left in your room, but there's 6 left with Inquisitor Hastus.
Let's just get them out of the way. Let's get them done.
Okay, so mooks, bad guys then. So then
Bad
it'll
guys,
be
yeah.
Inquisitor Hastus last. Okay, so the two mooks basically charge you, as does Donastra. I'll show you what I'm made of. So Donastra will basically go toe to toe with Niccolo,
It's very wide.
and one of the thugs goes on for each of you two. So let's just quickly roll the two thugs. Okay, so they will.
I don't know if it does, but I'm thinking that giving Inquisitor Hastus the last turn is somehow tactically good for us, because then we can choose what we want next. That was my plan.
Hopefully.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
we'll see.
Okay. So against Master Seer Benok, you have been hit.
Ouch. And I should have healed myself, I guess.
Yeah, possibly. So you take basically you get daggered by one of these guys for 3 points of damage.
Okay, that's me hurt now. I'm now hurt.
So you're going down into minuses.
It's just 0.
Oh, 0. Yeah, you just hurt. So you didn't manage to get out of the way, and you basically cut you slightly across your ribs. And I'm going to spend some malice to hit Talia. Talia, you have also been caught for 3 points of damage as well.
Right. So the healing
then,
prevented me from suffering hurt. Then that's good.
Yep. And Donastra is going to try to get. Oh god. She's spending malice. She goes in basically against Niccolo. So she will spend it's going to be 3, so 6 malice. Okay. Niccolo, she comes in with what looks like a jagged, splintery sort of like blade. Looks really, really unhealthy and not very nice. Tries to basically leap at you. You know it alls, and like tries to stab you, which is actually it's static damage, isn't it? Oh no, it is +1 damage down to fire. So it's 3 points of damage. Remember to take your armor off that.
Yep. I take 2. I'm still positive.
Okay, that's cool. Right, so that's them, and then 3 of the thugs are going to attack Inquisitor Hastus in the other room.
He's hardy. They won't hit him.
That's 3 points of damage, Inquisitor Hastus.
Oh, they will
And I
hit
can
him.
take my 2 points of armor off that, can't I?
Yep, you can.
Yeah.
They are not armor piercing. And yeah, that's it. So you're the only person I can choose, so I'm going to choose you.
Okay, I'm going to use my flashback ability for preparedness, because I have 8 points in preparedness, which I have not leveraged. So quick cutscene then is how I understand. So that's how flashbacks kind of work in Knights Black Agents. So I assume it's the same.
Exactly the same.
So on the way here, Inspector Hastus had sent a missive to the Inquisitors, warning them that he was on the trail of what looked like people who could be practicing corruption, particularly necromancy.
Yep.
So he had summoned a unit of sort of minion level Inquisitors to draw off some of these mooks by sort of, coming in behind us to sort of raise, sort of surround the building and start to kind of move into it, because Hastus isn't an idiot. He thinks that he's not a one-man show. I would like to use my preparedness in the replacement of actual combat and roll the dice, and for each success it'll be like the mooks being drawn off to fight the junior level Inquisitors who are now rocking up at the building.
That's very cool.
That okay?
Yeah. Give us a preparedness roll. And
of course.
Huh? Yeah.
Of course, I said.
So
hold on. There. Oh, that's right. You roll on this side. Yeah. Okay, so I got a 2. So if I spend, so what's the?
If you spend 4, you'll basically summon a small unit of Inquisitors, and I'll say 3 of the mooks get taken out.
Yeah, perfect. All right, done.
All right.
Okay, so now there's
Inquisitors. They're not taken out, but they've been basically jumped and they're being dealt with by but effectively taken out.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So you get to determine who goes first, and that's including yourself.
Yeah, so that means I'm now. So how many mooks are left in the room with me? Because we just took 3 more
there
out.
are 3 left.
Is everyone okay if I just deal with my mooks?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Clear them out.
Is that okay? Because if I take them out, then they can't damage me, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Selfishly.
No, that's cool.
Makes sense.
All right, so with the last 3 mooks, assumingly there's one guy now banging on the door and there's 2 guys who've turned around because, now there's a bunch of guards running in behind me and, there's combat going on.
They're constantly fighting, so you know what I mean?
So I'll just
fighting with the
spring forward with my, shield of Denari in one hand and smash the 3 of them against the door, using the door as a sort of blunt force trauma instrument.
Give us a roll. You need to get 9 total to get all 3 of them.
Oh, come on.
You can do it.
Do we add 3 more cards to the pool?
Yes, we do.
Refill.
Take them.
Sorry, I keep on
That's why I'm
forgetting.
asking.
I keep on forgetting. My bad. Sorry.
No, all right. I'm taking them, so don't feel bad. And I'm gonna just up my general pool so it's almost completely refilled. All right, dice. Boom. Let's go. Oh, come on! For
So that would be an
real.
8-point spend to take out all 3.
Which I do not have, so I will just compromise and take out 2 of the 3 of them.
So that'll be an additional 5 then.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So 2 more go down. And that means
that would
I
look
put 2 more points in the pool, and you get to determine who goes again.
Oh no, that's right. We worked this out last time. The sword damage only adds to actual damage. It doesn't add to taking out moves.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't add to. Yeah.
No, I remember. All good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You automatically take out mooks, basically.
So there's 1 guy left in my room. There's a couple of mooks who just stabbed Master Bennock.
Yep. There's
Talia. And okay, all right.
And
So
the big evil.
I will hand it off to. I think I'll hand it off to Master Bennock, who's just been stabbed in the side by.
Yep. One thing I need to remember: if anybody who has dodge, which is an athletics ability, in brackets, you can actually dodge any attack that I have successfully hit you. I think it is only Niccolo that has it.
It's, athletics 8+, isn't it?
Athletics
8 plus.
Don't have that. I'm an old man. I'm not that
It means that
athletic.
if I ever hit you, you can go, well, I'm going to dodge that, and you spend a point of athletics, and then you got to make a roll higher than what I rolled.
Oh, okay.
It's
Good
a
to
means
know.
of not taking damage, basically. It's like
Good to know.
it's the boost of athletics. Sorry.
Right. What should I do? Should I try and patch myself up, or should I go for this big evil guy and try to intimidate him?
Denastra
Shouldn't
is.
you turn to the guys just stabbed you in the side and
Wallop them? Oh, well, I'm not very good at walloping.
threaten them with the punishment of Denari?
Yeah, I will call the wrath of Denari upon them, and maybe something falls with the
Well,
ceiling
you
above
have
them.
sway at 8, so
Yes, that's what I was trying to go for. I'm going to play to the
Okay,
crowd
So
and say,
give me a sway roll.
you
you've got to get
need to
3 to
give
take
up.
them out.
We are overwhelming you. You have no chance. How come I roll so poorly? I am going to spend...
Well, it costs you 2 points of sway to take him out.
There were 2 mooks, weren't there still left?
There is 2 mooks. It would be
5.
5 points of sway to take them all out.
Let's take those out.
Okay, so you basically you do a sort of like a semi Gandalf where you grow bigger, and they sort of like they look at like the still bloody dagger in his hand. He sort of like drops it in sort of like a almost panic, and then legs through the door.
Good.
Which means 2 more.
And I will just pick up the tokens right away to keep it easy for you.
Okay, so yeah, just that'll be 2, and there's still the 3 left there.
1, 2.
Okay.
They are being overwhelmed.
They are being overwhelmed.
But then, who shall I pass on to?
Yep, you choose.
There's only the mooks in Inquisitor
Talia?
Hustus
No,
and Talia, and
no,
there's...
it's Talia,
Nicola.
Niccolo. I think it's everyone. Everyone apart from Inquisitor Hustus.
No, I meant opponent-wise. There's 1 mook left with Inquisitor Hustus, right?
There's 1 mook left with Inquisitor Hustus and Don Astra.
Okay, I think I might give Talia a chance
Okay.
to get her hit in first.
How are we tackling Dynastria? Are we going on warfare or sway?
Well,
So far, we've
Yeah.
just done sway.
so far we've only just done sway. Yeah.
Is that what are we happy to sort of go on that rather than some people do sway and some people do warfare? Seems like it doesn't.
Go for it. Whatever is most comfortable for you.
Okay, let's carry on.
Niccolo is a bit of a both.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Good. In that case, we shall point out that I should have to point out that she's now completely outnumbered, as Master Benica said. None of your friends are here anymore. You're just standing there in front of a pit of your own guilt, as I'll point to the flesh pit behind her. And can you hear the sounds of the army of righteous good coming from that door? Hopefully she can hear the...
Okay, give me a roll.
Men.
Give me a sway roll.
It sounded very conversational, sort of. Do you hear something behind the door?
Oh God!
It
3 ones.
wasn't that convincing anyway.
What did you roll?
It wasn't that commit. You can
Another
spend
one.
points if you wish. She's got a sway threshold of 4, so you'd have to spend 3 points to affect her in any way.
Well, I think for my own ego, I'd like to affect her slightly rather than...
Okay, well, give us a...
Three.
You have a +1 likable damage modifier. So it's a d6 +1 then, if you can roll that. See what damage you do.
Nice, that's much better. It was better than I thought.
So obviously she sort of like looks at her running away, guys. Don't run, you fuckers! And basically she like swears at them as they basically hightail it out the door and into the canal beyond. Fucking kill you later. And then she's like, she's looking nervous left to right between the 3 of you arrayed in front of her. So that is 6, which is that damage. Okay. You can see beads of sweat basically starting on her forehead. Who is going next? You have a choice between Niccolo or
here with the people in the room. So it's got to be Niccolo. I think we need to finish this.
Oh,
Close it out.
All right. So if we're relying on sway for her, then I'm going to have to take these 3 cards because I only have 1 sway left.
That's what they're there for.
Yep.
Yeah. 1. And just click remove card.
Yeah, just click remove. It's whatever you want, just as long as they're off the board. We'll.
Okay. So I'm going to. I'm going to. What am I going to tell her? I'm looking down at the wound. I'm like, that hurt. But it's not so bad that we can't put this behind us. And there's no need for you to die here today. And I will make my sway roll.
Give us a sway. Well, it's going to be better. Like, yay!
That's better roll,
Cool.
isn't it?
Okay,
So
so
if I spend
you
3, I
any
get 2
sway.
days.
She has a what's it called? A
Resistance?
resistance of a threshold of 4. So currently you're 2 over. If you go 5 over, I believe you get an extra. You get a crit, which is an extra dice.
I mean, I'll spend it.
So that'd be you'd need to put an extra 3, but you need 3 points into that.
I'll do it.
Okay. So that'd be, I'm just triple checking. I'm not talking out my
No,
brain.
that's correct. +1 bonus die per 5 points.
Yeah,
But your
I
attack
thought so.
exceeds the opponent's
So
threshold.
so that'd be 2d6 plus 1
It
damage.
better not be a 1 and a 2 again.
Well, let's hope not.
Story about
It's
that.
1 and a 3.
Hey, well, it wasn't 1 and a 2.
Yeah, right there, man. Right there.
Oh God. Which unfortunately is not. It's a lot, but it's not enough. That's maths. 4. That's 11. Okay. So it is her next. I
Yeah,
believe.
pass it on to her, obviously.
You have to hand it to her and the mook. So the mook, I'll do the mook first. The mook tries to basically stab. Oh, gets you for 3 damage, Inquisitor Hastus.
Bloody hell. All right. Yep. No, that's fine. 1 point. Yeah.
It's 1, but you got armor. So
do.
and Donastra sort of like backs away from you guys, looking sort of like left and right.
Surrender.
I think you're thinking I'm going to have to concede this, but there's something you don't fucking know. And she just leaps off the balcony.
Stage diving.
Literally stage diving. As it does, you hear a sickening splatter crunch as basically the it sounds like a cracking sound. You hear a minor scream in pain. You then hear like a bubbling sound, and the house starts to shake. And you can see basically like tentacles of flesh like come up over the banisters, breaking apart the banisters, and the floor starts sort of like buckling and bowing, and then just tears apart as this mass of flesh, bodies, smell twists out almost like a tidal wave out of the lower floor and starts basically surging towards this wall, the wall basically behind you. There is you get sort of like thrown back as the floor gets torn up and asunder, and the wall just explodes as this ginormous amalgam of bodies and flesh tears through the wall and starts moving off into the city. What are you doing?
Definitely doesn't seem like something I normally do.
Master
anymore.
Bennock, what do we do here?
Yes.
As
Run!
you stop and think, Master Bennock, you're seeing, images flashing in front of your eyes. You can see a book in the center, held by Donastra of this fleshy mass. You can see the fleshy mass in various parts that you get like flashes and images of various parts of the city. I'm just going to take you back to the city map. You see various parts of the city, the various structures getting torn apart, people getting mashed by it and absorbed.
Oh dear. We must defeat this thing.
So it's happening in more than one place.
You can see it. What you're seeing is you're seeing flashes and moves as it slowly moves basically up through Temple Market, through the Tangle, up through Temple Market, and then across through to Alderhall. You can actually see basically you're seeing, in using your prophecy, Master Seer Bennock, you're seeing places that it's going to hit, but and obviously it's making its way towards Alderhall, or that's what it looks like. It's just stepped out of the house at the moment. What are you doing?
Now,
Who wants to
realistically,
go first?
I
Do I get to choose?
don't know.
Yes, I get to choose because everyone else has gone.
Yeah.
So, Master Seer Binoc, what are you doing? You recover first, basically, after having seen this sort of like image. As everyone else, you were like a sea of calm in the chaos going around. Everyone else has basically been thrown off their feet. The Mook, the Inquisitor Hastos, has basically got taken out.
Junior Inquisitors have taken them down.
Yeah.
Junior Inquisitor's been taking him down.
Go, Junior Inquisitors.
You were all free to do anything, but Master Seer Binoc was like a sea of calm. As the floors bucked around him, the floor was was completely static where you were standing.
Do I think that if we remove this person in the middle with a book, that would have any influence on this flesh tangle?
Yeah, or hacking it up.
Hacking it up.
Yeah.
So, hey, Frank, I have a thought.
Let's hear it quickly.
So I can speak with the dead, and I can commune with the spirits of the dead. And this is a giant body full of dead people.
Yeah, you could tell them off.
And we need the person in the middle out of the body so we can beat them up.
Yeah.
So I have a crazy plan.
I can't postpone my action, can
I? No, because I chose you. So you've got to determine what you want to do. You can do whatever you want. You could heal some people. You could,
I could try and heal myself because I'm actually still on 0.
Use some of your you could spend some of your investigative abilities.
Yeah, there's not so much there. There's prophecy, of course.
I think burn a forgotten law, which you haven't burnt. I could potentially give you some more information.
Well, I spent that point at some point. It's not refreshed.
Did you? Okay. All right. I couldn't remember.
The only thing I currently got there is Leechcraft or prophecy.
Okay.
But with prophecy, you could give me another clue.
You could, if you spent the point. I would definitely.
So I say, Denari, help us. Well, how can we stop this monstrous thing? And of course, then Inquisitor Hastus can then.
So yeah, it's definitely the more it kills, the stronger it gets, because it will absorb
gobbles them up.
Corpses basically. So the quicker you kill it, the better. So you definitely see those in flashing images. It is the book itself. It's a weapon. This thing is you basically definitely do see the book, and trying to destroy the book would be a way of stopping this flash tangle.
I holler that to my fellows here and say, "Get the book, destroy it. We need to get the book."
Is the book in the flesh tangle?
Yeah. Yep. So, Master Seer Binoc, who is going next? And that includes the flesh tangle. Because the flesh tangle and Hastus. Okay.
Okay. So it's smashed through the wall. I assume I can see it.
Yes. So, actually, I've got a surrounding picture of it. So it's literally the surroundings. So it's bashed through here. If you can see that.
Yeah, I can. Yep. So it's come out into that kind of laneway.
It's come out into that lane. It's come out. It's like squeezed into that lane because it's quite a large amalgam of flesh, basically, and you can see some of the stone around it is literally getting pushed aside. But yeah, it's slowly slurping out into that area.
So almost everyone in the city worships Denari, don't they? Like it's a sort of one god town. Like I know there are multiple gods, but everyone.
Yeah, it's basically a one god town. Basically.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So it's like Christianity in a proper, in the 19th century, basically in the UK.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Okay, so I want to spend. Okay, so I have Spirit Sight, which allows me to commune with the dead.
Yep.
I have Preparedness, and I want to do the following.
Okay.
So, the bodies who make up the Tangle are the bodies of the dead of loyal citizens, or broadly speaking, citizens of Serpentine, worshippers of Denari.
Yep.
I will pull out my holy coin of Denari and begging and praying to Denari herself, but also calling upon these spirits that are trapped in this necromantic construct.
Okay.
I will beg their permission to give us a gateway to the foul corruption in the center of the body. So effectively, I'm asking the bodies to move out of the way within the flesh construct.
You can get to the.
Well, not me, because cool. I'm then going to hand it over to someone who's got way better athletics than I do.
That's cool. All right, so I
want to spend investigative spend, which gives me a +3 per point I spend.
Which one are you spending?
Spirit Sight.
Spirit Sight. Okay, so you've got 2 in Spirit Sight at the moment. Are you spending both? That'll give you +6.
I am absolutely spending both.
And it's a preparedness roll, is it?
Yeah, because I've got my preparedness component is I've got the coin of Denari, and
cool.
I pulled out.
I'm all for it. That sounds really, really cool. Give me a preparedness roll. Effectively, you're going to get +6 on this roll, but we'll see what you actually roll.
Don't jinx us, man. Actually, I'll add the 6 straight in because we're using that immediately.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so you got you rolled
I got a 9.
So you got a total 9 at the moment. Are you spending any preparedness on top of that?
What do I need for the effect, mate?
Well, you're effectively what you're doing is you are shearing away some of its protections using your Spirit Sight. So you're burning you're summoning the ghosts to tear apart some of the bodies, basically, to hoping to get to the core where the book is.
Exactly.
It's a difficulty of 4.
Yeah.
Or is it?
So I've currently got +5. Which is
every +5 will give you does you an extra D6, effectively D6 damage. Yeah. So I can 2d6 damage. If you spent it 5 more, you get 3d6.
Yeah, I don't have 5 more to spend, so I will just take that and do 2d6.
Okay. I'll give you +1 for the coin.
Thank you. 9.
9. Okay. So I'm going to ignore that. So it doesn't have armor, I'm going to say, against this attack. It doesn't anyway. Cool. So I'm going to boost. So that's 9. Okay. So what happens is a number of 9 of the you see sort of literally 9 sort of ghosts come in and tear out bodies as you open your eyes to the ghost sight sort of thing, to the Spirit Sight, and you can see basically bodies literally getting pulled out. But as they get pulled out, more loop in to try to get in. So literally, you've torn out a significant part of this sort of flesh tangle, but it's still sort of mobile. But it literally is a significant proportion of it has been pulled as you basically removed 9 bodies effectively.
Okay, I'm probably going to regret this, but I think we should hand over to the flesh tangle at this point, and then
Okay.
our last two
So,
can.
The flesh tangle zoops basically. Sorry about that. Let me just put that onto the map player. So the flesh tangle goes down this road here. Again, inside you can see basically the stones of the wall basically bow in and like pop out, and the wall crumbles more as more the side of the noble house basically crumbles in, making the hole that it's effectively made larger. It goes to the end, and you can see you can hear like lots of screams as people leg it. And it's gone effectively out of sight. It's going to do that. Okay. So I am going to say that it is Niccolo next.
All right, so we're trying to get the book out of the center of the flesh tangle.
Yeah.
And we know the book is in there.
Yep.
The guy was holding it, and he's in the middle.
Can I see it?
Donastra was holding it in the middle. That's
Can I see the book?
I forget the name.
You can't at the moment. It's still like an amalgam of flesh, basically.
So I'm going to chase after it, slashing it with the sword.
Okay. You go around you come out. You like leap out of the hole, go down the very damaged sort of alleyway, around to the front, and you can see where the iron railings and sort of the iron railings and the wall to the garden of the house that's been torn asunder, and the flesh tangle's basically standing in the side of the in the middle of the garden. It is smashed the funeral statue of the mother.
Yeah.
You can see a squashed Antonio getting sucked into the flesh tangle.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
He's been squished. So that's what you see as you come out. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to start slashing it with the sword, trying to cut away enough that I can at least see the book.
Okay, well, give us a slash with sword roll.
Slash with sword.
Which is a warfare.
Come on. Oh, right. 5.
So it's health threshold is 4. So yeah, if you want to do an extra d6 damage, you need to spend 4 points basically.
I will spend 4 points.
And that means you do 2d6 damage plus 1. Surprisingly enough, this has got a large pool of hit points.
Come on. Jeez.
Whoa.
Another one.
Those bloody dice.
1 plus 4 this time.
Well, you're getting one better each time. Okay, so you've literally, you go in, you hack left as like these tentacles of flesh and bone and teeth and eyes and little bits of hair. You manage to basically hack away, and a load of it sloughs onto the floor, like and lies still. It's sort of like wails and screams. You can see mouths basically popping out from the side of it, screaming.
Yuck.
So, who do you want to go next?
I'm going to hand it to Talia.
I don't have a big sword to deal with this. I think... is it in danger of hitting any innocent people yet? I feel like
it looks like it's moving towards that area. So yes, it could well do.
I feel like I've got at least some athletics that I could be using to hopefully try and pull people out of the way, push them through doors, shut them, pick up little kids and run with them. just to try and at
Okay.
least get its fuel source away.
Give me athletics roll. As you are getting people out of the way.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to shoulder charge that thing.
Oh yeah, I was just going to jump in the middle of it.
Head first.
5.
Yeah, you have effectively cleared the area in front of it, so it is unable to get. It would be unable to get any additional bodies for at least a round.
Good.
So
Right.
next
I'm
round
happy
it
with
won't
that.
be able to get any more.
Good.
As you have hurried people away. Who's going next?
Who's left actually?
I think it's Inquisitor
one.
Hastus.
The new round.
Oh no, it's a
New
new
round.
round. So
started.
who's? All right, yeah. So who's going next?
It's got to be us. I think we need to hit this
Yeah,
thing.
but it
Alpha
could be you
strike.
again.
Don't
No,
take me
let's pass
first.
it back to the. Sorry.
Don't take me first.
Don't you? No, let's give it back to the Inquisitor to do more religious stuff.
Okay.
Remember, you can.
Now
spend
we're not getting
your-
cards out of this, are we? Like it's just
No.
Okay.
Remember, you can spend allies and as well as investigative spends, as long as you can. Work out
I do have junior inquisitors here.
Yep.
So that's perfect. All right. So coming out of the building now are the sort of 3 junior inquisitors who I'd summoned earlier.
Yep.
And they take up position behind me, and we're now all moving towards the flesh tangle, beseeching the spirits in the flesh tangle, servants of Denari, to free themselves from this necromantic sort of entrapment. I'll roll my preparedness again. And I'm happy to burn preparedness this time because I've spent my investigative. But I'll burn
you could
that
spend
1 point of
ally
ally.
Church of Denari, and that'll give you +3.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
And anything else that you could potentially think of, like Forgotten Law.
Dude, I am
Oh, no, you haven't
pushing
got
it as
Forgotten Law,
hard as I
so
can right now.
You've got you got Intimidation.
I do. I have a point of intimidation. I'll grab that while I'm at it.
I'm just letting you. Anything that is logical.
I could be right. This probably is really sway now, not preparedness.
It is more a sway, but
yeah, that's fine.
But before you roll sway, it's still it's preparedness if you're trying to basically, because what you're doing with sway, you're doing morale damage basically. Even though you are doing.
Oh no, I see what you're saying.
Because you want to be doing health damage. Now to do health damage, it's warfare or preparedness because of that preparedness roll. So you could spend warfare, because you really do want to do.
Or I could, at this point, use my preparedness and, once again, flashback scene. So, noting that I had warned the Church of Denari that it was likely to be necromantic forces at play because we were tracking the dead bodies.
Yep.
They have bought the Dust of Saints, which is, sort of the rendered down sort of, remnants of the dead who sacrifice parts of their bodies to the Church of Denari to enable us to fight necromantic forces with their holy presence.
Okay, so what I'm going to do,
all
right, is what I will do is just let me have a look at your character. So you've got warfare better than sway. I don't know how many points you've got left in warfare.
No, I'm going to use preparedness. I want to use preparedness.
So give us a preparedness roll.
Yeah. Doing the same thing again. Once again with +6.
And we will do the same thing. It's got okay.
Ooh, nice.
So that's a total of 8 at the moment.
So if I spend 1 point, I get it.
Spend 1 point, right? You go up to 9. You get 2 dice.
Yep, done.
So
Slash
2 dice plus 1.
2d6.
Yeah, 2 dice plus 1.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Ah, oh, come on.
Reroll.
Okay, again, you throw the sort of dust of the saints, and the flesh it touches burns and slowly atomizes. Basically, it sort of like disappears, dissipates It's looking a lot less big than it did. It's about. Looks like it's lost nearly a third of its mass, so to speak.
Oh my god, it's gonna go on forever. All right.
Well,
Anyway, over to you.
66, and you've rolled pretty
Lots of ones.
lots of
Lots
ones.
of ones. I'm handing over to Niccolo because he's next.
Yep.
Go.
All right, I'm going to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend mercenaries, and
Yep.
I'm going to yell. Basically, I'm yelling for the people of Eversink to rise up to slay this flesh beast.
Okay.
And a bunch of mercenaries that happen to be in the area. I forgot that they lived
seems
here.
logical.
I forgot that they lived here, but apparently they live nearby. And to my cries for aid, come rushing out of the buildings nearby with spears.
To give you a +3.
There you go.
Remember, you've also got Tactics of Death.
Yeah,
which is definitely applicable here.
And
you can spend more than one investigative point. Remember.
I will use.
And you can determine after you roll the dice. So
yeah, let me roll. Let's see how bad this is.
So you've got +3 because of the
3.
So
I'm
that's 3.
at 6.
So it's a total of 6 with the mercenaries. So you need 9 to get 2 dice.
I'll use a Tactics of Death to
give you 2 dice
to give me a second die.
Okay. So come on, roll 20. Stop being an arse.
6 and 6. You should say that more often, Paul.
Ah, see,
there we go.
Okay, so that is literally there is a the sun almost goes dark as this massive sort of like flight of arrows basically shoots down and peppers into the flesh tangle, tearing bits of it off with their potent sort of like arrows. You leap in with your sword as well, cutting like nearly half again off. It's like half. It's like 50% of the size that it was when it first tore itself out of. Well, slightly less than 50% when it tore itself out of the the lower level. It is definitely not looking healthy. Who is next? It's Talia, the Flesh Tangle, or Master Seer Bennock.
Bennock. I think I'm going to hand it over to Master Seer Bennock.
Oh no, Tally's gone, haven't you? Talia has gone. Sorry, yeah.
I can't remember who's gone.
No, I don't think she has this
Talia
round.
has not gone.
Not this round.
Okay, was that last round though? Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Now
I couldn't remember.
Everybody is spending their allies, and I might do the same.
Okay.
But yeah, you've been hurting it, right? You haven't been swaying it, have you?
Been hurting it.
Yes. Injuries.
Yeah, I'm not terribly good at it, but I'll try. And I will also sort of summon the city watch, because I'm sure my little flashback from preparedness. I spoke to a couple of the city watch people saying, "Oh, we're going over there, and there might be some trouble."
Well, you can give me a preparedness roll to attack if you wish. Not strictly speaking, but I'm more than happy for you to spend it because you're invoking City Watch. So basically, a number of City Watch basically burst out of the area and unleash arrows.
Yeah, indeed, or maybe with long hooks or spears or something.
Yeah, spears and long hooks, keeping it at a distance.
So I'm going to give it a preparedness roll and see what happens.
Yep. +3 because you're spending.
Well, it's 5 then.
So that's 5 at the moment, which will be 1 dice plus 1.
How much for the second die?
You'd need another 4.
No problem. I spent the 4.
Okay. So that's
because I refilled that pool at some point.
+1.
So 2d6 plus 1.
Yep. Come on, roll 20.
Take this.
Being an arse. So, it might
Take
be
this. More average, but
average.
There you go.
But yes, it literally the city watch burst in, tearing away more.
There you go, boys.
Of the thing.
Ordinary. And Talia hasn't gone yet, right?
Talia hasn't gone yet, and the flesh tangle hasn't gone yet.
Oh, I think Talia definitely should go first.
Okay.
Okay. What? So, given all the flesh we've been hacking off this thing, is there any chance?
It's like there's like mounds of flesh and bones and stuff that's like sitting there. Like it's like this place looks like an abattoir now. It really does.
So I just need to take a call.
Somebody with ridiculous luck trying to jump up and use their burglary to pull that book out the middle now. Have we carved enough stuff out of the way?
Wie geht's dir?
You want to pull the book out?
Just get the book out of this thing.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe better if there was an oil lantern or a torch somewhere. What's the chance of somebody with ridiculous luck getting a burning torch right onto that book?
You could certainly spend that to there we go. Okay. So, to get a torch, you'd need some sort of preparedness. But ridiculous luck, that would definitely be an athletics roll, which you could boost using ridiculous luck, and I'd be setting the threshold very high, and I mean very high, for you to basically get that athletics roll.
Well, athletics is probably one of the few things I've actually got points to spend left on, so I think it might still be the best option.
Well, give us a roll.
Can I spend one ridiculous luck? Is that the?
That would only give you +3. I'd advise more.
So I spend both my ridiculous luck.
Yep, that'll give you +6.
Okay.
Gives you a fighting chance of doing it.
And if there's more, can you spend other stuff as well?
Yeah. Well, obviously, we'd work out what it would be.
Right. So if I manage to coordinate with a few strong lads that have just saved from being absorbed by flesh, and using my ally commoners.
Again, you've got 3 points in that, so you could that could give you a +9. The higher you get, the better this is going to be, basically.
Right. Okay.
That would be a total of +15.
I'm all right with that. I can't really charm it, unless there's some dirty rumors about who it slept with. I'm not sure about scurrilous rumors.
No, it doesn't really appropriate, really. A commoners basically burst in and distract it, because obviously it's looking for food now because it needs to replenish itself. Because it's took a battering. So if you spend all that, give me a D6 roll. Okay. Or give me a athletics roll. So you're at +15.
That's okay. Athletics, click on it. Run over, click on that. Good job, it's +15.
Well, okay. So, are you willing to spend four more points, or can you spend 4 more points of athletics?
I can spend 4 athletics. I'm happy to do that. Yes.
Okay. So, describe Talia leaping up into the flesh tangle and plucking out the book. What's it look like?
So I thought, well, I might go with the burning torch idea actually, because I've got my ally economist. So I pulled a few of the people I've saved, and they'll gather them together into a circus troupe. One of them gives me a leg up, gives me the height. The other one throws me the burning torch that he's just lit, which I catch in midair. I'll do a lovely twisting dive through the arms of this creature and plunge my burning torch right into where the book is.
Again, you just as you're going forward, there's a little bit of the flesh like slips away, and you can see Donastra, a twisted amalgam Donastra, standing there with the book, and you leap forward, thrusting the torch through the book because she has it open, and the book basically goes up in fire, and it immediately the flesh tangle loses all coherence, and literally there's a lot of wet splattering sounds as it sort of like dissembles around you, and you manage to basically land in the center somehow, unsplatificated.
No.
Yeah, Talia is completely clean. Meanwhile, Nicola's just covered in viscera and blood.
Yeah, with viscera and bile and other.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And of the book, there is no sign.
Oh,
Need a priest over here. Need a priest.
oh,
Finally. Oh my god.
oh.
Did anybody bless this area and make it just a bit nicer?
So I know what's happened to the book. Sorry, what happened to Donestra?
Donestra's, they're basically lying dead on the ground.
Right.
She gave her life to power, and the only thing that was keeping her alive was the book. Basically, she gave her life to basically empower the flesh tangle because she was controlling it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you find her dead body just to the left of Talia's foot, but not
Nicely
close
done,
enough to.
Talia, by the way, nice book burning. Always up for a book burning as an inquisitor. Just to make that clear, I
Happy to serve the church.
Yep, very good, very good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I know what the Inquisitor is going to do, which is he's going to sanctify the ground. So obviously there's been. I mean, it's not. Actually, I can't tell if there's any corruption, but either way, there's a chance.
It was internalized corruption, which is what powered the beast, basically. But yeah, 3 points of corruption was spent. But it was internalized because when the game system lets you internalize the corruption or externalize it. If you externalize it, it basically damages the city. If you internalize it, basically it corrupts you. So you basically become either more demonic or it's like the old the using of the dark side type affair. Do you know what I mean? It corrupts and turns you into a snake man or a snake person, sorry, or whatever.
Didn't the guy that was actually living here get mashed by the?
He got mashed in the first. Its first action, basically, it mashed him. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. So everyone's dead who I would have wanted to kill.
Yes.
Awesome. Just checking.
Yes.
In which case the Inquisitor will just basically lead his junior Inquisitors who've done such a sterling job of doing work for the church, and we will sort of sanctify the ground to the extent that we can, and probably send a runner.
Most probably send somebody to get the corpse takers, the actual corpse takers.
Yeah, the official corpse takers. But we'll also probably send up a missive to the church to get the priests down here to do their work. I do note there's a chapel right across the road.
There. Yes,
right there, literally right across the road. So we shouldn't
find
it too hard to find a priest of Denari.
There is definitely a priest of Denari there, and he basically goes, "Well, I heard a noise, but I haven't been able to. Everything's fine here."
Mate, you're just lucky that the guy went down then, or else you would have been my next roll of preparedness. Surely there's a priest in the chapel, Paul. I'll get him to come across.
There would have been.
All right. Apologies, but I'm actually going to have to go in a sec. I've got to make my way to work.
Really sorry I missed that finale there.
I
Was
was banding it up, unless anybody's got effectively, well done. You have stopped and solved the issue. Just so you're aware, Donastra was basically trying to get Antonio to basically enable the flesh tangle for weeks, but the demon basically made Antonio extremely everything had to be perfect because he didn't want Antonio enabling the flesh tangle. So it was like the book was trying to get him to do one thing, and the demon was trying to get him to do the other, and it was basically pissing off Dinestra because Dinestra just wanted to basically everyone burn. She just wanted everything to burn, basically. So that's basically the idea, and it was her mooks that were getting the bodies that were basically enabling the flesh tangle.
Right.
So
Cool.
Long and short of it.
Cool.
So,
Bye, Thomas.
well, thanks you all for playing.
Well, thanks for running it. Really enjoyed it, and
thank you.
definitely something I wanted to have a look at because I've got it here.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
very good. And I believe Thomas is working on his homebrew version of mixing this with something else and see what happens at the end.
Yes. It sounds interesting.
It's actually it wasn't that hard to do, so
I'm intrigued. I really would
Yeah,
like
I'm
to.
very
I'm
intrigued.
going to use it to run what we give to alien gods, which is a mothership module,
Right.
Mhm.
as the first.
Bananas mothership module.
Yeah, it's the weirdest one, right? Like so
weird.
trippy.
I might have
So
to read
weird,
it. I think
but
I've got it.
It's
I don't
really
remember the
good.
ship.
It's actually really good. Like the guy who wrote it is now doing Meridian, I think it is. He's doing another mothership module, which is set underwater, which I backed on Kickstarter. But yeah, it's like next level strange. Like
It really is.
just very odd. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know if players can solve. Like, you have to think really outside of the box to get what's going on. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way. It's not. There is a sort of here's the answer monster, but if you don't interact with that monster in a particular way, then it's just a whole stack of what the hell is going on for the entire module. Like, there's no way you're going to work it out. It's just
Okay.
going to be what the hell is going on.
Right.
But it's very cool. But yes, no, I actually think combining PBTA and gumshoe will actually work really well. I genuinely believe it's a kind of
Well,
very solid mix.
I love the refresh tokens in it.
Yeah.
I'm just it's one thing I really like in
See, I
in
have the
game
opposite
system.
opinion, actually, and that's actually the thing that drove me to thinking about PBTA. I actually don't like the way the general pool works. I think it's weird, right? So hold on, I'm a super skilled fighter, but I get less good at fighting very quickly. Because if I'm not fighting mooks, I don't get refreshes. So if I'm fighting a mage,
You get refreshes from bad guys. So that's one thing I my bad. I should have given you 7 refreshes from Donastra, which I completely and utterly forgot to do.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I
so you do get
yeah,
get
so-
them from other things, and you did get them from like Lugo. You got 5 from Lugo.
Oh, was he the guy that you were talking to smoking outside?
Yep.
Right.
So you get them
Anyway,
from everyone.
I don't actually like the general pools.
I'm not
enough.
a fan of the D6 roll. I'll be honest.
It's so tough. It's so tough. I mean, the way I've always explained all the different pools is it's not so much skill as it is like screen time in a movie. So I start with 10 warfare points. I spend those down, and that's me doing something cool. But I can't do something cool all the time because other people have to do other things cool.
It's like talk tokens.
So it's, and then I can refresh that coolness by, dealing with the mooks and whatnot. But it's mostly, it's not necessarily skill as it is screen time.
Yeah.
Like, what am I
and
going to
the whole point of the refresh tokens is the Conan goes through a whole army and wipes out a whole army of mooks, basically, and you just keep on going. Basically, it's the idea behind it.
It just turns it into a very it's very grindy, right? So combat is very grindy, and in Night's Black Agents, I had the same problem. So in Night's Black Agents, the general skills become very grindy very quickly.
I agree. I like the
which
idea.
I don't like, because the investigative pool system is all about, like, you should know how to do the things so you can get the clues so you can just roll on, right? And then as soon as you encounter the action scene, the whole thing slows down immensely and actually becomes super grindy. It's not like PBTA where it's, I do this flashy move and this cool thing happens and, and this great effect occurs. It's, I roll a d6 damage, or I roll 2d6 damage, and I add +1, or I
didn't like that on Trail of Cthulhu either, and Quickshock was trying to do that, and they were trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be
so anyway,
cinematic.
Look, I should go because I have to go and help our premier R&D organisation in the country solve corporate services, so I will go and do that.
Thank you for
is that all?
joining.
Enjoy your work day.
Right.
Hopefully, play with you again before the clocks go back.
That's right. Before the sun moves us in the wrong, before the stars fall out of alignment and we're no longer able to,
So
cross the
I'm
beams.
definitely going to be running some more stuff. So
Good stuff.
All right.
Thanks to everybody though for playing along.
Bye-bye.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have a good night, especially to Paul.
Good night. Thanks, Paul.
Good night.
Yeah,
thanks everyone.
Cool.